Hello dear students, good evening. Friday, today is a session in which English to English discussion will take place. Before I begin the discussion, there are certain points which I would like to mention. First of all, dear students, many of you will not be able to or may not be able to, I am not trying to underestimate you, but many of you may not be able to understand 100% content of this discussion because I am not going to explain the same in any other language except English. Still, I appeal and request to all of you, and I expect you would comply with my request or appeal that you have to be active throughout the video. That does mean that since childhood, the only quality that we all have imbibed automatically by birth is observation. Many things in our lives we have learnt just by observing people around or things happening around. So today the same kind of experiment is going to be taken place or occur here, in which you just have to observe. 70% if you understand, it's a success. So I hope you are ready for this wonderful experience in which I will discuss the whole content only and only in English. So dear students, if you are all ready to participate in this video, in this live session throughout the video, throughout the session, then only write in the comments ready. With that, we'll continue the topic. And today, as it's English to English, I am not even going into mind maps. Today, there won't be any mind map. There will not be any mind map because today's topic is about Beijing Olympics. So you anyway understand the scenario. How India has decided to boycott this Olympics, considering political reasons, considering inter-nation conflicts, Indo-China border and many more things. So yes, students are writing ready. So let us continue the journey. Winter is here. When they refer to this word winter, they are referring to Olympics. India's diplomatic means foreign policy related, professional or political boycott. Boycott means ban, removal, prohibition of Beijing Winter Olympics. So let us go into the details. Beijing 2022 Olympics. This is the place where it will be begun today itself at 8 o'clock, I think, in China. So, quote of the day: learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow. So right now, it's just living for today. That is going through this video English to English without any hesitation, without any flickering in mind that, oh, I am not able to understand 100% content. You should be satisfied with the content that you are able to understand rather than the content which you are not able to understand. So let's continue. Winter is here. The games in China have taken on. When you say taken on, means acquire or assume. So they have assumed political significance. When they say significance, means importance. So rather than sports, it has become a political matter now. That is what this sentence means. So domestically and globally, within India itself and otherwise on a global level, it has become a political issue now that India has decided to boycott this Olympic Beijing Games. On the eve of, dear students, on the eve of does not mean on the evening of. It means on the previous day evening. So when you say on the eve of, see, here they are referring to Friday. So when I say on the eve of Friday, that does mean on the day Thursday, that is Thursday evening. Okay, so previous day. Write in the comments, on the eve of is equal to evening of the previous day. Write in the comments, on the eve of means the evening of the previous day, right? The day before. So Thursday, opening of the Winter Olympics in Beijing on Friday. So exactly on the day, that is today, when Olympics were to take place. through opening ceremony. Just before that day, that is yesterday, Thursday, India announced diplomatic boycott. Boycott means ban, prohibition of the games. Diplomatic means very political way. If you deny something, then it is called diplomatic boycott. The Ministry of External Affairs, that is Minister of External Affairs, said no Indian official will be present at the opening or closing ceremonies of the games. So anybody from India, or nobody actually I should say, nobody representing the India will be present in this opening or closing ceremonies to be held in Beijing, right, which run from February 4th to 20 February, right. So these 16 or 70 days event will not be attended by any Indian official. That is what the Ministry of External Affairs said. The decision for an official boycott. Now the curiosity arises, dear students. Of course, you must be curious of knowing or to know that why India decided to boycott these games. So let us understand the same. The decision for an official boycott of the games. Now let us ignore this portion. I will explain this portion later on, because the reading skill is what we need to learn. When they use this hyphen, we need to ignore this, because the sentence right from here continues here from, right. So the decision for an official boycott of the games followed China's move this week to choose a PLA commander, People's Liberation Army, that is China's commander, right, as one of the participants of the traditional torch relay. So China decided to launch one of its military person in this event to take care of the torch relay, right, which is not acceptable to India. And this is the event in which now additional information has been given here. A lone means solitary, person means in single or simple words I would like to say single person without companion, right. Indian athlete who qualified, skier Arif Khan, will still, even though India has decided to boycott this event, still one of the India's players will take part in both the games and in the opening ceremony along with sports staff, right. So the decision was taken because China decided to introduce one of its PLA commander who is involved in India-China border clash. They have decided to introduce that person in the Olympic Games, which is against India's basic expectations or standards. How? Let us go further into details. The commander was involved in, now dear students, it's an important point for all of you to understand. This commander, because of whom India has decided to ban this event, is that the commander was involved in June 15, 2020 clash in Galwan Valley. You must remember the event in which many of our commandos must have lost or have lost their lives, right. So that person who was involved in that battle for representing China has been introduced, has been launched in this Olympic event. So what are you trying to do this? Are you trying to highlight that those who killed our Indian army persons are playing in this game? How the India will support this, right? So he was subsequently afterwards given military honors. He was also given awards, accolades, right, by Beijing. So Minister of External Affairs said the commander's participation in the torch relay was regrettable. Regrettable means very unfortunate, unavoidable, right. So I can say unfortunate, disappointing, or I can say disappointing. So those people who kill our country's army men are being given awards there, and they are being introduced in the Olympic Games. So it's a political game being played by China, and because of which India has decided to boycott this event. Dear students, if you are able to understand till now whatever I have explained, write in the comments clear. Until this week, New Delhi was considering, that is India was considering having its top diplomat, that is consulate, ambassador, who represents our country in other countries in Beijing attend the games. So till this point of time, right, we were considering our diplomat will attend the event in Beijing, but now this will not take place. So if you are able to understand till this point, write in the comments clear. Yeah, Bhavesh, Naresh, Jay, Rajesh, Himani, Hitesh, Deepak, Nirali, Deep, Anju, Prajapati, Ahuti, Isha, Payal, Surendra, Rima, everyone is saying clear. So what is torch relay? It's an event in which you have to hold a torch, a baton, and you have to run, right? It's an event, Sakshi. Okay, so everyone is able to understand, very good. So dear students, if you are able to understand and more than 100 students are watching live, then you should hit the like button till 100 at least. So hit the like button, dear students. So let us continue. Only in the month of November, India joined Russia in expressing support for the games. See, Russia was supporting these Beijing games, and India also had joined in the month of November 2021 to support the games, right? Following a meeting of the foreign ministers of Russia, right? India and China. So India, China and Russia were on the same page. They were of the opinion that this event in Beijing Olympics should be held, right? So India was in favor of this event. If India is dealing with its own long list of problems with China, and at the same time India is already dealing with number of problems that it has with China, and a continuing standoff means conflict, or I can say deadlock. When two people, two countries do not speak to each other and have distances between them, it is called standoff, right? So a continuing standoff along the line of actual control had initially planned to not involve itself in the politics, right? So India had decided not to involve itself in the political and games combo, right? So politics surrounding the games. So India had decided that we will not get involved in the games which may acquire colors of politics. Still India was supporting Beijing events. This is the history. Beijing's torch relay changed that calculus. Calculus means calculation, estimation, judgment. So initially India was in favor of this Beijing Olympics, but the decision to introduce this commando who killed our army men in Galwan clash has been introduced, and that is why India has decided to boycott this event, which India previously supported. The broader context or broader situation or broader analysis, I can say situation, of the selection of the PLA commander is an ongoing, means continuing campaign, initiative, drive by China to publicize Galwan and highlight the bravery of PLA troops. So it is being felt that China is trying to kind of overhype its commando and trying to prove that we did a brave act. So that is the wrong message being delivered through that Olympic Games, and that's why it is acquiring a political color which India is against, right? Dear students, if you are able to understand till this point, then write in the comments next. So we will continue with the next slide, and that is how in the next 45 minutes or 30 minutes we will complete this paragraph. Come on, fast. Context means, yeah, I can also say circumstance or situation. So Kirti, when you say situation, when I say situation, yes, it means circumstance. Bilkul, definitely. So keep liking the video, dear students. Many of you haven't liked the video. You need to like. Today it's English to English. You need to enjoy this. India's statement of support for the games in November. See, in the month of November, India used to support this Olympic Games. Okay. Had come amid means in between the US and its allies. Allies means friends. The one who supports, announcing a diplomatic boycott because of rights violation in Xinjiang, right? So India's statement of the support for the games had come amid a US and its allies. So friend nations of US announced a diplomatic boycott because of the rights violation in Xinjiang. So initially in the month of November, even US had boycotted, right, this event. And now India is also entering the same phase where minority Uyghurs, see, these are Turkish people. These are Turkish people who have been oppressed, or there is something wrong that has happened to them, right, have been sent to re-education camps, right. In China, there are certain people representing this minority group, Uyghurs, they had been sent to the re-education camps, which was not acceptable to United States, and that is why United States had also decided to boycott this game, and now India has also decided to do the same. China first denied the existence of the camps. Initially, China said, no, we are not having any such camps, right? But later said they were for vocational training. Vocational means professional, certain courses for skill development. So initially China said, no, we are not running any camp, and now they are accepting that yes, it is a professional or vocational camp. China denounced. Denounce means to criticize, condemn. To condemn. China denounced the diplomatic boycott by around a dozen countries. So China did not accept a boycott which was done by almost 12 countries, right? Not just India, not just US, many other countries have also decided and have already boycotted this event, which India has now joined. So now India has also joined this bandwagon, in which India is also boycotting this event. Albeit, when they say albeit means however, for different reason. See, for us the reason is inter-border clash between India and China, in which some of our people had lost their lives, and to highlight their loss of life as a victory by PLA, that is Chinese army, it's a wrong thing being done by them, and that is why we have decided to boycott this event. As politicizing the games, because they are using games as a tool of politics, which is wrong. So India is not going to join this movement. It is another matter, there is one more matter, that Olympic games through history have been inherently, means intrinsically, or I can say naturally, political events. So even in history it has been seen that that all these Olympic games have been somehow used or had been used as a political tool. So this is what is happening even this time. So India is not going to back down. India has finally decided to boycott this event. Let us go further into details. For host nations, means those nations who are hosting this event, holding a successful games carries the promise of burnishing the legitimacy. See, dear students, when you say or burnish, means you are giving it a color, or you are actually making it a shiny, glorious, glorify something, right? So for host nations, holding a successful games carries the promise of glorifying the legitimacy, that is validity, of the government of the day, right? So it does mean that if you are holding this event, then it is like you are doing something good for the nation. That is how it was perceived. The games within China have certainly taken on political significance domestically. Within China itself, they have started using these games as a political tool, which is a wrong thing in the context of the country's battle against COVID-19. So at that point of time, when COVID-19 is also putting its own problems before us, at that point of time China is using a political color even in games. So that is the wrong thing, and that is how Hindu editorial is focusing on all the aspects. So definitely it's going to be helpful for all of us, not just in terms of improving our English, but also in terms of improving our understanding of the international scenario that happens over and over again. So last month, President Xi Jinping noted that 2022 Olympics would be the first international multi-sport event to be held as scheduled since the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic. Means the Hindu editorial says that President of China had said that this is the first event, multi-sport event, to be held for the first time after the COVID-19 outbreak. Bhavesh says, can we say this? By this editorial, China is using Olympic 2022 as a harbinger of Chinese agenda. Definitely, yes, harbinger means a messenger. Definitely, Bhavesh, whatever you have written is perfectly to the point, and this is what the tone of the passage is also. So the underlying means hidden message is that the successful holding of the games amid the pandemic is another example of the superiority of the Chinese political model. So by holding the game, they are trying to prove their superiority, that even in times of COVID-19, we are able to hold events which no other nation has ever been able to do. And that is how they are trying to prove their superiority, which has been highlighted as a sharp contrast, especially with how the US handled the pandemic, right? Which is exactly opposite to how US handled, because US withdrew many events which it had decided to hold, and at the same time China is holding the event. So it is a contradiction that is being highlighted by this Hindu editorial. Dear students, once again I would like to ask you, are you able to understand everything? Then write in the comments, go ahead. Then only I will continue the session. And as I can see, there are participants live throughout the session. I can see it's interesting, it's knowledge giving, it's productive for students. So write in the comments, go ahead. Then I'll continue the next session. Last year, the Indian Olympics Association, Indian Olympics Association added the word together to the official Olympic motto. Motto means target, goal. Faster, higher, stronger and together. If that is certainly a laudable, means praiseworthy. Appreciable. Aspiration means wish. It is clear that as far as the Olympics are concerned, that regarding this Olympics, at least the politics is never far away. Means you can never ever avoid politics. Even though you say together, even though you can say faster, even though you say stronger, even though you say higher, still politics will never be out of the game. Anytime anything you do, still it will have a political color. So that will certainly be the case. So that will certainly be the case in Beijing as the latest games, right? So right now when the Beijing games are to be organized, even in this scenario, the same thing is going to happen. Both on and off means regularly, frequently. The sky slopes begin. Sky slopes means the first event of the Olympics game begin. The same thing will happen again and again, and that is how the editorial has been discussed throughout in detail. Dear students, could you understand everything? The whole editorial has been discussed thoroughly, and it took almost 25 minutes for all of us to go through this journey. So how was the journey? That is what I'll ask you after the vocabs are discussed. Okay, so let us continue. Write in the comments, ready for vocabs, RFV. Come on, dear students, fast, quick. RFV, ready for vocabs. Boycott, ban, prohibition, sanction, avoidance. Dear students, sanction has two meanings. One, you approve something, one, you oppose something. So it is in the reference to the topic that we will decide the meaning. And as we decided, we will go for only 3-4 vocabs, right? So boycott is done. Significance means the quality of being worthy of attention, that is importance, or magnitude, or consequence, or rarity, or distinction. Lone means single person, having no companions. Solitary or single, solitary or unescorted means the one who comes on his or her own, right? Sole, detached or isolated. Honor means to accolade, award or reward. Regrettable, undesirable, unfortunate, sad or bad. Disappointing, distressing, distressing. There is one more good word, lamentable, the one which you would not like. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 vocabs are there so far. Diplomat means ambassador, envoy or emissary or consul. Okay, let's go further. Standoff means a kind of deadlock or stalemate or impasse or standstill. So breakage in relation, if you stop talking to each other, that is called standoff. Calculus means a kind of estimation or calculation or reasoning. Context means circumstance, conditions or situation. Ally means a country state. In simple language, it is called a friend nation. Okay, now let us read. A country or state with an alliance with another. Alliance means union. With another one in which they promise to support each other militarily or to defend each other. Vocational means relating to job or work, that is professional. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, total 11 vocabs. Denounce means condemn, criticize, attack, censure. Albeit, though, even though, however. Inherently, naturally, intrinsically, basic nature, that is basically, fundamentally. Legitimacy, legality, validity or lawfulness. So 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Dear students, this Indian Olympics Association detail is for you. So you have to go through the PDF when you get the PDF. So 15 vocabs have so far been discussed. Yes, Bhavesh, alliance means syndicate. Syndicate means Pushpa. Laudable, praiseworthy, commendable, admirable, meritorious or reputable or sterling. Sterling means of high reputation, of high quality. And last is on and off, means periodically, at intervals, now and again, occasionally, regularly, I can also say. Right? So this is how the editorial was discussed. And dear students, tomorrow weekly revision session will take place 5th of February in the evening at 7:30 p.m. So let us go through the journey again. So what was the point of this editorial in terms of tone of the passage? Then the games in China have taken on political significance domestically and globally. So I can say it is a conclusive. This is how the conclusion is drawn out from this. So I can say, of course, there is a critical approach to this. So criticality is there, right? At the same time, conclusive is also there. So when you end the topic with some proper statement, and you say this is how it is, then it is a kind of conclusion. So dear students, the session has been over within a time of 30 minutes because today there was no need of mind maps. So how was the session? There are more than 90 students still live and there are only 76 likes, right? So I would like the likes to be increased by all of you. Those who haven't liked, please like. Okay, and write in the comments, how was the session? Did you enjoy? Could you understand? Is it friendly to you? Come on, write in the comments. I'm waiting for your comments. It's not that I want to hear my praise. It's just that I want to know the content quality of this session so that we can have more and more of such sessions. So tomorrow we will be revising vocabs. Again 7:30 p.m. live, and today there is a special announcement for all of you which will be applicable from Monday itself. For the next 6 days you are going to learn something from the previous editorials. Why and how, I will discuss the same in detail tomorrow. So Siddharth, best, Jay, awesome, Himani, superb, Naresh, I always enjoying Friday's English to English session more than other days session. Understandable, Darshan says, yes sir, good, Nancy, excellent, Neha, nice, it is completely friendly, Naresh says, Hitesh, superb, Lajawab, very fruitful, amazing, friendly, yes, excellent, sir, आधा अधूरा समझ आया पर मजा आया, half understood, half enjoyed or full enjoyed. Session was amazing, informative. I think, sir, you should explain the editorials in English only as it had understood more. But dear Siddharth, it's not possible for every student to understand them. So I am considering all the students' interest, and that is why I am just giving it one session a week. Contraction on English to English is more compared to other. Okay, so thank you so much for your wonderful response in relation to the question asked by me, and this is something which motivates me to do more and more for all of you till the time you get your selection done. Till that point of time, this is Abhay Shah signing off. Thank you. Bye bye and good night.